Hello, I'm WBZ TV meteorologist Barry Burbank, and I have your forecast for this Friday and for the next several days, of course, taking us right on through the weekend. June 2017 so far, well, the mean temperature's been kind of mean out there because it's -5. That's pretty big, robust number with all these blue squares and all the cool weather we have had, especially the beginning of this week. But we're going to be adding some red squares soon. We might be slightly into the red for today, and certainly going into the red tomorrow, and definitely in the red Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, as we have a heat wave coming our way at that point. Pollen report, well, it looks like we're in the moderate zone here today in terms of pollen levels, and probably just inching into the high zone tomorrow, and probably maxing out in the high zone on Saturday, but still even on Sunday, but even on Monday, we'll still be up in that high zone, but certainly not to the excessive levels that we had last month when we had all that tree pollen. But there will be pine pollen and perhaps clouds of pine pollen blowing through the air perhaps on Sunday when the wind is blowing then. Today's highs will be mostly in the mid-70s, 73 to 77 or so, while the rest of the nation is mostly in the 80s, except the southwest where it's hot and it's cool in the northwest. The storm, which gave a little bit of rain to Cape Cod, the heaviest rain moved just offshore, but a few tenths of an inch of rain in parts of the Cape. That storm is moving away now, but we have a disturbance back to the northwest, which is going to trickle on through here this afternoon. So the sunshine will be giving way to some areas of clouds building up during the midday and developing into a few showers and maybe a brief thunderstorm in some spots this afternoon. There's no support to cause any severe weather as I see it right now, but there'll be a brief downpour perhaps in a few spots. And then it's going to clear out tonight, and we'll see that full strawberry moon. And late night lows will be down in the 50s. Tomorrow we start out with sunshine, but it looks like the clouds are actually going to come in quite quickly tomorrow morning. And therefore, this next disturbance may cause a brief shower or a thunderstorm during the day with a changeable amount of clouds. After today's highs go up around 77, cooler on Cape Cod, mostly in the 60s there, and maybe parts of Cape Ann northward along the New Hampshire coast. And overnight lows tonight will be a little bit warmer than it was last night. The minimum temperatures be about maybe 6 degrees higher, 62 in Boston, mid and upper 50s in most of the suburbs, and tomorrow's highs in the lower 80s for the most part. 70s in south-facing coastal spots, as the wind will be out of the south-southwest, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Then it looks like we have another heat wave shaping up. We had one in May, as you know, May 17th to 19th. 3 days we've got 90 degrees, and it looks like the second heat wave coming in. We've never had 2 heat waves before June 14th ever, since records were kept in Boston, weather records in 1872. So it looks like it's going to be pretty darn hot here. As we're going to the Red Sox games, it looks like there's a remote chance of a brief shower this evening. Just a quick one, that's all. But chances of one passing directly over Fenway seems to be quite small. For the 7:15 first pitch, tomorrow night it'll be 78, nice and warm with a slight breeze. It's going to be more humid for the Sunday evening's game and pretty warm out there, warm to hot, 84 degrees at 8:08 in the evening, with sunshine giving way to, of course, cloudier conditions later at night. Some clouds coming in during that night. But it looks like beach conditions for today, around 70 at many of the beaches in the 50s. For the water temperatures, the water continues on the cold side. We have a high tide today at about 12:15 in the afternoon. And through the weekend, the high tides will be occurring in the first part of the afternoon. So a few scattered showers moving away from Cape Cod this morning. It looks like there might be an isolated shower there late today, and most of the weekend's okay. Varying amounts of clouds tomorrow. Clearly Sunday will be the sunniest and warmest day, and it'll be windy down there too, so boaters beware, 15 to 30 knot winds out of the southwest. Up in the lakes region and the mountains, it looks like a couple of scattered showers of storms this afternoon. Again, that could be repeated tomorrow. And maybe even on Sunday, there could be a shower or thunderstorm in the far northern mountains. We won't get any of those down here in southern sections. For weekend events, we have the Boston Dragon Boat Festival on Charles River. So it's going to be a hot Sunday and 80s on Saturday. And the Monster Jam down at Gillette Stadium, that's going to be happening on Saturday. Slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm on Saturday, about 83. Here's what it looks like the next 7 days. There you have that heat wave, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Of course, it's not going to be in the 90s on the Cape. You go there for some relief, but it's really going to be starting to get very humid here later Sunday, and especially Monday into Tuesday. Cooling off Wednesday and Thursday with backdoor front. We'll be back to the 60s on the coast, 70s inland. You can watch WBZ News today at noon, 5, 6, and 11 o'clock. And you can also see WBZ News on My TV 38 at 8 o'clock for all the latest news and weather updates. Have a wonderful weekend.